Hi again everyone, Scott Pyre, Pop Culture fan here, and in this video I actually want to provide an update for the next Jurassic movie, Jurassic World, which has just been officially announced today as titled Jurassic World Rebirth. So it's continuing this trend with the recent movies being called Jurassic World, and it's being subtitled Rebirth. And I think that's really fascinating. Now, for those of you that don't know, this was only announced like beginning of the year this year, and it's coming out next year. That's my biggest concern right now with this new movie. It just feels like they're fast tracking it because it was only just announced like at the beginning of this year, and it's already coming out next year. That's my biggest concern. I feel like they might be rushing the production of this movie. Granted, the director Gareth Edwards, he's done some really good science fiction films these past couple of years. He did Rogue One, he did the first Godzilla movie that came out back in 2014, I believe, and then also The Creator, which came out last year, which I thought was a really great film. And I trust Gareth Edwards. I think he's a great director. And they also got David Koepp, who wrote the first two Jurassic movies, the original film and the sequel, Lost World. So considering the crew behind this film, I trust them, but at the same time, it just feels like they're fast tracking this movie, and that's my biggest concern. And I like some of that cast in this new film. Scarlett Johansson, she's gonna be the main lead. Is her name Zora? I think her character's name is Zora, and that's gonna confuse me. Considering whenever I hear the name Zora, I think Legend of Zelda, so that's weird. And then also, I didn't recognize the other cast members except for Mahershala Ali. I know him. He was in the Netflix Marvel shows, and he was going to be Blade, because there's this Blade movie that has been in production hell for the longest time in the MCU, and that has not had any progress. But other than that, though, Mahershala Ali, I think he's a great actor, and I'm cautiously optimistic for Jurassic World Rebirth. Also because I read the premise, and it kind of reminded me of the premise for Rise of the Planet of the Apes a little bit, because it's about genetic experiments. There's like the three largest dinosaurs known that exist in this world now, in the universe. That these three large species are the key to some kind of experiment, and the character of Zora is going on this secret co-op mission to get, I guess, DNA samples from these dinosaurs. And there's this thing that happens with this family that this civilian family that gets kind of ambushed, I guess, from aquatic dinosaurs, and the co-op team that Zora is leading, as well as his family, are all abandoned on this island where all these dinosaurs are, pretty much gonna kill them off one by one, I would assume. So yeah, that is the premise. And talking about genetic experiments and things like that reminded me of Rise of the Planet of the Apes a little bit, and also this other shark movie that came out a while back. So I'm curious where that story is going to go. It is interesting, but at the same time, it seemed a bit odd to me, because there was another thing about the premise in which there is this big secret that has been hidden for centuries that will be revealed by the end of the movie, and I'm not sure what that means, but it just seems a bit odd to me. And also the fact that this movie is being fast-tracked and it's coming out next year in July. So there's that. We'll see how it goes. Maybe it'll be received better than Dominion. As much as I did enjoy that film, that movie had some pretty big issues for me, being the third film in this recent trilogy, and how it closed off this recent trilogy and where it ended. I feel like where it ended what it should have been the premise for this one, for this new film. But, you know, they're going with a new direction. They're basically rebooting the Jurassic World continuity in a way with this new film, with a new cast. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I'm concerned for the quality of this film because they're fast tracking it. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Jurassic World or Rebirth. We shall see how this goes. We shall see. Maybe it'll be more of a horror film this time around too. So that's something to look forward to if it is more of a science fiction horror film this time around. So yeah, that should do it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.